Have you ever wondered what type of brake pads you use on your motorcycle? Is there any difference? This video will give you an overview explaining the difference between the two most common types of brake pads and explain why Yamaha genuine brake pads are the best for your Yamaha. Having quality brake pads that have been specifically designed for that vehicle is very important to ensure the safe operation and to instill confidence in the performance of the brakes. The two most common types of brakes used in the power sports market today are sintered and resin organic. Sintered brake pads are made by fusing metallic particles under heat and pressure to create a compound. They work well under both wet and dry conditions and provide superior stopping power for demanding conditions. Resin pads are made up of fibers and organic material that are bonded together with resin. This results in reduced wear on brake discs. What makes Yamaha brake pads different from aftermarket brake pads? They're engineered specifically for each Yamaha model. For example, street and dirt bikes will require different brakes based on usage, road versus dirt. They're developed with the entire braking system in mind. Some of the benefits include reduced brake noise and vibration, and they meet and/or exceed wet and dry industry standards. All this results in a more enjoyable ride. Aftermarket brake pads may be less expensive, but even if the aftermarket pads say they fit many models, they may not perform properly for the weight or riding characteristics of your particular machine. Most times they don't meet OEM specs, and that can cause rattling or squeal noises. Most aftermarket brake pads are composed of less expensive components and materials to keep the price down. That is not what you want when you need your brakes to work correctly. Here's an overview of the components that are used to construct Yamaha genuine brake pads. Friction material is composed of either sintered or resin. During braking, this material contacts the brake disc, and the friction creates the braking force. The friction material is attached to the bonding surface so that it doesn't separate from the base plate. The base plate, which is corrosion resistant, contacts and receives the force from the brake and caliper piston. The machining groove removes water from the brake disc and reduces brake squeal. The number and location of the grooves may vary according to the model, and the brake pads for some models do not have a groove. The wear indicator protrusion indicates when the friction material is at the wear limit. When the friction material becomes thin, the indicator contacts the brake disc and creates a metallic squeaking sound. The brake pad shim is installed between the base plate and the brake caliper piston to reduce vibration and for thermal insulation. With so many brake pads available on the market, it's easy to assume they all do the same thing. At the end of the day, Yamaha genuine brake pads are specifically designed for your Yamaha to not only perform properly, but to instill confidence every time you ride.